patients who have weakness that are psychiatric. It's called a convergent disorder. They're not necessarily. Okay. So ischemic stroke almost never causes loss of consciousness. Our tennis player had loss of consciousness. That was a subarachnoid hemorrhage. That was different. An ischemic stroke almost never does. What's the one syndrome that might cause loss of consciousness? One localization of so it's very rare. It would be the top of the vascular syndrome. That's really kind of the one place that we talk about. Top of the vascular syndrome. So if you have a clot that goes up the vascular artery and gets stuck at the top, why do you have alteration of consciousness? So you have your reticular activating system that is in the posterior midbrain, and the blood supply to that area gets cut off because the blood vessels that supply there come off the top of the vascular. Right, so I want you guys to do your best with your CKs to localize what part of the brain is affected. And I advise you to keep it as simple as possible, like frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital, temporal, maybe cerebellum, This is your homunculus. And what's important here is what blood vessel supplies the legs as opposed to the hand and arm. Yeah, the anterior cerebral artery. And the border zone between the two go right to the proximal arm and or leg. And this zone is called watershed zone. An interesting syndrome to know about would be man in the barrel syndrome. Have you guys heard of that? Okay, so man in the barrel syndrome is the typical story is somebody has a port vessel bypass surgery, and they wake up and they can't lift their arms, but they're stroking their hand. And that patient underwent the bypass surgery with severe carotid stenosis. They didn't get enough flow to the brain because the blood pressure dropped and they infarct the border zone. And that's the proximal arm. And that's usually due to severe blockage, like severe stenosis, not enough. That would be one important syndrome. Okay, the vascular anatomy. The anterior circulation is the circulation supplied by the carotid arteries. So the first vessel to know about that comes off is the ophthalmic artery. The ophthalmic artery is the first vessel off the carotid artery as the carotid enters the dura, the intracranial space. Amaurosis fugax is the syndrome I described. Our patient had, our fifth patient with the vision loss, the state coming down behind. What's the most common cause of amaurosis fugax? If you had to pick a multiple choice, what you really have to look for would be the carotid artery stenosis in the neck. The severe carotid artery stenosis in the neck, most common cause. Okay, the other vessels that branch off, the anterior choroidal artery, and the anterior cerebral and middle cerebral arteries. Okay, the middle cerebral artery supplies the largest amount of brain of any artery. And generally this supplies the parietal, temporal, and frontal lobes because it's contralateral. Generally the cases that aren't greater than likely sensory loss and what I'm calling cortical signs. And cortical signs like visual field cut, gaze preference, aphasia. And what localizes to the parietal? That's generally where the problem is, parietal. Okay. This is what the middle cerebral artery territory looks like in pink and purple. And the difference here between the two is the purple would be the area, for example, if you have a blood clot and it's